Welcome to the PSFL podcast. We're going to be simming the Super Bowl between the Minnesota Vikings and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Really exciting game. We've got Brandon of the Carolina Panthers with us today, who's going to help with the color commentary, and Garrett, the Jaguars GM, is of course here, and Zach will be popping in and out. How's it going, guys?
It's going great. It's a great night for a Super Bowl.
I agree. Doing well. And before we get into the Super Bowl, though, I was thinking we could probably talk a little bit about some strategy, a little bit of strategy talk. And I do have a question. I'm a little curious. What was y'all's mindset on how you prepared for this game?
A lot of sweating.
Yeah.
Too much sweat. There's a lot. I know. You want to go first, Zimmer? I'm chomping at the bit to hear kind of what was happening in your mind, because I know my mind was racing.
Well, I mean, I don't like preparing for Super Bowls. I find the whole thing kind of unpleasant because I get too caught up in it. I watched both the games. I looked at the teams and the performances, and I thought a lot about how it went against Carolina because I think Carolina and Jacksonville have some similarities. And I definitely thought that I showed some problems in the Panthers game that I needed to fix. So I looked at ways to do that reasonably without having to change a ton of how my defense worked. So that was my approach.
Yeah.
So any notable changes?
Oh yeah, I mean, so I guess the basic structure of my defense in the regular season was zone defense with like a pretty high blitz rate. It's a reasonable defense, so I think fairly depending on your team. And then for the playoffs, I kind of changed it up because I was having some problems with that defense, and because I think it's kind of good to change things up a little bit for the playoffs. So I switched to a defense that was a little more confrontational on line of scrimmage a little bit, as far as like I was playing, always man alignment with my corners, and I switched up some of my complementary plays with my blitzes to try and shore up some of the weaknesses I found with blitzing, which are issues with the running game and vulnerability to medium length and short passing as opposed to long passing. Because the idea of the blitz is that you're threatening long passing so much that they can't really just do that. So then the question is, what are they going to do? And there's valid counters. So you have like medium passing, short passing, and running more are the basic counters to blitzing that I see. So I tried to build a defense that could handle those problems with using my blitz rate to scare off long passing, which I think is kind of where the foundation of defensive strategy is going to be now.
And you 100% did that, because I am not long passing.
Yeah, I think that both Garrett and I switched up our strategy off of long passing for the playoffs out of fear of that blitz, and I think that's a good thing though, because long passing is just very, very strong if you don't take the appropriate measures towards it. So that makes a lot of sense. One thing that I think what I did, I don't want to go back to the conference championship too much because we're focusing on the Super Bowl here, but I do think that that's a good mentality to go into the Super Bowl with, was making those adjustments to have more of like that hybrid playbook and everything, because you got to apply some pressure. If you just let the quarterback sit back there, then we've seen the Vikings quarterback, whose name eludes me at this point. I've tried to like block it out of my mind for the last couple of days.
Davis?
But, what'd you say?
Davis, that's the quarterback, right?
Davis, that's it. Yeah, if you let him sit back, I mean, we've seen him take off for big runs, make big plays with his arm and everything too. So, you got to keep some pressure on. But if you don't put the pressure on him, then of course you're going to let up if you do put too much pressure on him, then you're going to let up a lot of yards to the run.
Yeah, I mean that RPO watch. I went back and watched your game. The Vikings Panthers game, and one thing that jumped out at me, because the biggest thing I was looking at was the plays that were being called, and with all the testing that you and I have done, I kind of can look at the playlist and see which plays he's calling, which are either good against the blitz or bad against the blitz. And that RPO he called, he got you twice for 50 plus yards on that RPO.
Yeah, the RPO alert screen.
Yeah, out of the 4 wide receiver set.
Mhm.
So immediately I saw that, I'm like, you know what? I'm turning on match cornerbacks, and I am not going to blitz on when he has 4 wide receivers out. So kind of, and then also similarly with the 2 wide receiver sets, very bad against the blitz. Or I guess very good against the blitz. So my kind of strategy going into this was, this is going to be probably the least I blitzed all season. I'm pretty much only blitzing against 3 wide receiver sets.
I see.
And so
So your approach to that was just removing the blitz plays for 4 cornerback and 2 cornerback formations?
yep. The only blitzes I have in my playbook are the wide blitz and the spread blitz. So hopefully, and then those volumes are cranked up. So I think I have it so like in any 3 wide receiver set, it's going to be like a 70% chance to blitz, and then any other time, no blitzes.
Well, I'm
Just because
really
I was scared. I was so scared of being caught out. And then likewise, another thing that scared me, his comment earlier today about not wanting to not knowing whether to prepare for the way that I played in the regular season versus in the playoffs.
Mhm.
I kind of originally I was going to go short. I was going to keep it short how I went into the Bengals, and then he said that, and I was like, ugh. Now I have to like 50-50 it, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to do a hybrid. So I'm actually running balance today. And I kind of I mentioned to you before, Brandon. I have this tool where I can like blend playbooks. So I essentially looked at the plays that my team does well in short and my team does well in long, and then kind of I blended those together so that the best performing plays in short are in there and the best performing plays in long are in there, just in case it gets kind of like he drops back long on like an instance where it's calling like a good short play. It's not going to be completely hosed. So it was kind of, and I mentioned it earlier when I said I was kind of pushing Zimmer's buttons a little bit with saying the playing a balanced game, but I actually took this approach of being like a completely balanced. That way, not going too extreme to one side, so that if I did overextend, and he had a counter already set up, I wouldn't get screwed and caught out. So
Yeah.
this is a completely balanced approach for me.
Well, that's good. One thing that you mentioned that you've said a lot since it, but I do want to go back to it. You have match cornerback to wide receiver on,
Yep.
and that is typically frowned upon in like the whole draft day sports pro football community. Usually that's kind of taboo. I know that there are scenarios where it does work.
It's usable.
Yeah.
It's just that you don't
So
want
reason
people to know you're doing it all the time.
a
Right.
reason I felt
That's fine.
more comfortable doing it is also looking at the plays he was calling in those 2 wide receiver and those 4 wide receiver sets, because in 2 wide receiver he did pass it a few times, but majority of the time was running. So at that point, if you can feel reasonably confident that they're going to be running most of the time in 2 wide receiver sets, it's not that bad of an idea to do it. But kind of going back to the Steelers game, the reason I think I blew them out so bad is because I saw they were using match wide receiver, and I had a playbook specifically made to counter that.
Yeah, that's good info.
That's the problem. So it's good for the playoffs as a surprise.
Yeah, it's just not good when they
Not
know
really
that
good for
it's
the regular
coming.
season.
That's why I was fretting when he did a last minute export, because I was like, well, hopefully he didn't turn it off, because if he did, then I'm hosed.
Yeah, that's actually a great talking point though. That's a great tip, I guess, or thing to bring up, because I have not tinkered around with that, because I always just thought, oh, it's taboo. I'd rather take my chances without it, because you can get penalized pretty hard with it in terms of like, if they know that you're doing that, and you can get abused pretty heavily there. So
Yeah, so
I'm always
if you
curious.
don't like, I guess, show it all the time that you're going to do it, but if you
Mhm.
look and see your opponent is running a lot, and like your I forms, your pro sets, your 2TEs, if he's running a lot in that, then you're going to get an upper hand if you turn that on.
Right.
But if someone knows you're going to do that, then they're just
Right.
going to pass out of those, and then they're going to run in their 4 wide receiver set, and then you're just going to get caught out.
That's right. Those that PA jumbo bomb is going to burn you for some big yardage there, and those other long passing plays, wide receiver fly out of I formation and all that. That's when you'll get burned pretty good there. So that makes sense. It makes sense. What do you think the biggest thing is that you've learned from like last season to this season, though?
Zimmer, what have you learned?
What have I learned? Oh,
learned how to get
I haven't learned
that I'm not
anything.
very good at the game. I mean, I'm not. I've learned that I'm not really very good at it, but I learn that every year.
Well, you can't say that you're not very good at it when last season you went undefeated.
Yeah, but I got lucky a lot, which
I mean, it takes more than just luck to go undefeated.
That's true.
I always think there's so much randomness or so many things I don't understand or see in the game that I never feel comfortable that what I'm perceiving is accurate. Like ever.
Yeah.
Even with significant amounts of data, the game seems to baffle me consistently, so I don't really feel like I have a solid understanding of it ever. Like,
Yeah.
that's the main thing I've learned about the game from playing it. Is it's a little bit mystifying, at
Yeah.
least to me. But I haven't done the amount of work that you guys have.
One thing I want to see today is I want to keep an eye on if the team going into the fourth quarter that has the lead wins or not. Because I feel like in the playoffs, there's been a lot of fourth quarter comebacks. And I'm wondering if there's some sort of like personality traits that you were kind of alluding to with your discussion with Brooks, or if it's not like the personality trait, but like the ratings of their competitiveness, sportsmanship, leadership, teamwork, all that stuff. If something like that has a factor in these fourth quarter comebacks, because it seems like third quarter typically is very low scoring, and then fourth quarter teams just kind of put the foot on the gas, and a lot of lead changes and some high scoring fourth quarters. So
last game with the Bengals, like that was like I was thinking, man, I have it, and then all of a sudden they scored, and then I forgot what happened. I like punted it, and then they scored again. It was like, oh my god, stop! Like it was they did 2 onside kicks within I think because it was in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So they scored another onside kick with it was less than 30 seconds on the clock, but it was like, oh my god, like if I lose this in the last minute, it's gonna be brutal.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see because it doesn't really, it's not definitive evidence, but it is something that you're like, I feel like there might be a comeback coming here in this fourth quarter. So let's just think about that and see what happens. And after a certain amount, it's not going to be a coincidence, right? Like if you can kind of come to expect it. So I would like to keep an eye on that and just kind of see who's going into the fourth quarter with the lead. And if it's the Jaguars, I might try to do a live bet and put my money on the Vikings coming back and winning. What the Vikings have been really good at all.
Van Davis miracle again.
Yeah, these
he's just lucky. It's literally just luck.
Yeah, I don't know.
And someday.
I don't know, but
he lost his first Super Bowl.
Oh, really? Were you winning in the fourth quarter?
No, he tried to come back and didn't.
So he was angry. He's angry, and then said, "Yeah, now he's fourth quarter angry all the time." Just remembering that one Super Bowl loss.
Yeah,
maybe.
I hope Stanley inherits that. Well, no, this wasn't a Super Bowl loss, so I can't say that.
The NFC Championship is more important than the Super Bowl.
You got to get there.
The Super Bowl is where the NFC champion stoops.
That's right. Definitely got to get there. Well, I think that we're probably safe in starting the game soon. But before we do that, I would like to ask, though, between Zimmer and Garrett, what's like the best advice you have for someone that's starting the Draft Day Sports Pro Football multiplayer and they want to, get off to a good start and, perform the way they would hope to?
I would say, number one, don't be afraid to ask, for advice on, what player, ratings and stuff like that, because there's a lot of confusion, and I mean that's kind of what drove me to doing all this stupid testing that I hated. It was just kind of, there's so many. They on their webpage they say oh, speed's a key trait, but it's okay, but how much speed do you need before it becomes not as important, and then hand starts becoming more important. So there's lean on people who've played, and also while you're leaning on them, also take what they say with a grain of salt, because they could also not know what they're talking about, because there is so much uncertainty. So that's number one. Number two, playbooks are huge. So use the playbooks that have been suggested. by like the vets and stuff like that, because generally the playbooks are going to be more important than players, unfortunately. But start with there, and then don't be afraid to like experiment, throw your own plays, because player ratings do make an impact. So just because someone says this play is the best, it may be the best for them. It may be a really good play, but it might not actually be the best play for you. But take those playbooks as a starting point, and then as a jumping off point, and then add plays, remove plays, that kind of stuff. Those are my two biggest pieces of advice that I've learned over this past season. Also, third piece of advice: don't be scared of the blitz. Everyone's terrified of the blitz. Don't be scared of the blitz. You got a short pass RPO, and boom, blitz is dead.
It's true. Very true. Also, don't feel like you have to blitz either, I guess, because we've gone a long time without people just strictly blitzing, and you don't got to be terrified of it.
It's more so with blitzing. In my eyes, it's looking at what your opponent's doing and trying to stop their offense. If they're sitting back in the pocket and just have all the time in the world, just blitz them. Like just throw a bunch of blitzes at them. That's how you stop that. Like that's the only way essentially that you can reliably stop it. If they're not doing that, then you could still blitz, but it's not going to be nearly as effective as if they're just chilling in the pocket, just lobbing long passes all day.
I think every team needs to establish that they can blitz and will occasionally do it, because the long pass is so dangerous to a defense that you have to at least prove you may. Like, people might not understand this because they don't pay attention and they're upset about a new thing. But without blitzing, long passing is so much better than everything else in this game that there's no other reasonable option. It will just continue to dominate the league, and everyone will play the same offense and worse versions of it because they know a little less which are the best plays.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have evidence of that, just look at Stanley and like the Panthers offense. That's what a full season of long passing without any blitzing will do.
Yeah, and I mean, and the people who adjust and all that kind of stuff, they know how scary the blitz can be, and so they've adjusted their offense and their defense knowing about the blitz. So that's why, like in the playoffs, especially like in the last round, you didn't see like no one has 100% blitzed, and I don't think anyone has long pass. So I guess the Bengals, I'd have to go back. I don't think they long pass, or I think they did. But like most people aren't long passing because they know the blitz is just going to hard shut them down.
And
we should get to the game at some point here. It's we're getting into 20 minutes.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I think we're ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
All right, I'll send. Go.
I'll be interested to see how this goes.
Good luck. Do we want to do any predictions, or I know we already posted it, but while I do this part, if y'all want to,
I have no
give your last word on who you think will win.
It was funny because on Discord it was like split pretty much. The predictions were between Vikings and Jags.
I think this is a coin flip.
Jags are the better team, and probably
I think Vikings are a better team.
I think it's a coin flip game. If you sim it 10 times, it'll probably be 5-5.
Should show that you're better. Number one offense, or is it number two and the number one defense? That's what it is, right?
Well, I think mine was the number one defense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because you had the number one defense and like the number two offense, right?
Yeah, I think it was number two or number three offense.
Yep.
But that was uncontested long pass all season, so.
I had the number 6 offense and the number 8 defense.
That's true, but you've got Davis at quarterback, the captain,
the comeback king.
Yeah, the comeback kid.
Well, let's see what happens, I guess.
All right, yeah, let's see it.
Yep, let's get it started.
Yeah, I think the final league vote is 7 votes for the Jags and 4 for the Vikings.
I didn't vote because I just didn't know who to do. I have no clue. Either one would be like totally. I'm not going to be shocked either way.
I voted Jags, but I have no logic whatsoever. It was more just because we've had, I think this is our 7th season. We have yet to have a 2-time winner, so
yeah,
I was kind of rooting for that trend to continue. Sorry, no, Zimmer.
Oh no, that's fine. I can't believe I'm here. after that crazy NFC Championship game. So, is what
And
it
if
is.
Jags win, then I'll have the same amount of Super Bowl wins as everyone else. So, all right, let's kick off.
See who gets a Jacksonville ball to start.
Jacksonville's kicking off. It looks like
Are they kicking off?
that was the
Oh.
kickoff, and this is the return.
Yep. Okay.
Dang, he brought it out pretty far.
Minus 3-yard run, 2nd and 13. Was that Childers on the play, I believe? It's going to be another run. Ooh, big
This
run.
is what I was afraid of.
Yeah, that's a big run. And this is that match cornerback to wide receiver coming into play here where
Yep, that was my biggest fear.
you got to spread wide receiver out versus the blitz. That's a good play against the blitz. Quick pass to get out of there. 11-yard gain. And 1st and 10. Let's see what we got here. Short run by Childers. And Childers
go.
coming off a crazy NFC Championship game where he was, I don't even know the amount of yards he had up per carry, but he was running through Carolina's defense. 3rd and 9. It's a completion, but it will be too short. And
Gone for it.
4th and 3. Yeah, that probably would have been a good one to go for. But you do take the field goal and go up 3-0. Let's see what Jacksonville does. First and 10. Got a 6-yard
Right,
completion.
play action.
Ooh, but a neutral zone infraction on Minnesota. So a 1st down for Jacksonville. Another play action here going to defensive pass interference. That's 2 straight penalties by Minnesota.
Not running aggressive either.
Yeah, it's that's odd. Let's see what we got here. 1st and 10 on the long drop back. No pressure at all in this pocket. And who did they go to? Incomplete to Hunter. And Hunter had a crazy game against Cincinnati. I think he had, 3 touchdowns, was it?
Yep. No blitzes yet either.
Are you running straight play action?
It's a lot of play actions. Because that's what's good against the blitz.
Yeah, I mean I've run a lot of play action before, but this is a lot of play action.
Let's see. 5-yard completion on 1st and 5. And another neutral. That's 3 penalties this drive. We got the long drag. Oh, thought there might have been a sack there, but looks like he got picked up. But the pass is incomplete to Hunter. So 2nd and 10, Jacksonville on the 41-yard line. And they're throwing it out. Short gain to Cole Kmet. Only 1-yard gain here. 3rd and 9. Let's see what we get here. 3rd and 9. Looks like a 1st down to Hunter. Wow. That was the PA bomb, too. Good play to pick up the blitz and still get some good yards downfield. 12-yard run by McReynolds. 1st and 10 now. Big catch by Aiken. Is Aiken wide receiver 2? 3?
He's wide receiver 3.
Wide receiver 3. Ball on the 6-yard line. 1st and goal. And the touchdown. McReynolds on that touchdown. See what Minnesota can do. Zimmer, is Carlin the number 2 running back, or is he?
I've used all 3 running backs.
Do you do a? Is it running back by committee?
No.
Oh, you just do the big sack on Davis here, making it with 3rd and 16. Yep,
it's 3rd formation.
16. Oh, let's see. Oh, could be a 1st down here, and he gets it. Offensive pass.
Oh my god,
that is insane.
The penalties are crazy.
Oh my gosh. And then a sack. That is just icing on the cake to kill a drive. Wow.
That's interesting. It called a dime play there.
I didn't see the offensive formation that came out.
It was spread.
Oh. Spreads 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, big sack on Trevor Lawrence here. So it's going to be 2nd and 17. They were on Minnesota's 24. It's going to end up being on the 32 now as we start the second quarter. Let's see what we got here. 6-yard completion to Hunter, 3rd and 10. And only a 5-yard completion to make it 4th and 5. 37-yard field goal attempt. It's good. 10-3 in the second. Let's see what the Vikings
That's better
can do.
defense.
Yeah, much better defense. I mean, it's hard to tell if the defense has been good on the Jacksonville side because there's so many penalties. It kind of just kills these drives.
Interesting. It just did a that was a 4 wide receiver. And it did the 3-3-5 blitz.
Oh, a fumble recovered by
I think
don't
that's
know who
Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota. It's looking like 3rd and inches now. Still Minnesota ball. It's going to be a running play here off tackle left against the dime press, but it is a shotgun 4 wide receiver. So that's that match cornerback wide receiver checkbox you got going. Let's see how it goes here. Oh, a sack. 9-yard loss on that. 2nd and
Really
19.
held that.
Yeah, on the RPO alert screen, usually pretty good against the blitz here.
It wasn't a blitz play. There's ways to get pressure without blitzing, or at least it can happen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my
wasn't a
defensive ends are pretty solid. 100 strength.
It seemed like they came through unblocked. That's kind of why I just defaulted to. I didn't even see the defensive play called here. But 3rd and 19, get a 13-yard completion to 4th and 6. Not bad.
Oh, that's a missed tackle. Good lord.
Yeah. Big run by McReynolds for 11 yards.
Oh my God, Minnesota and these penalties.
Yeah. That's the 3rd neutral zone, I think. May have been only the 2nd. I know we've seen it at least once already. But an incomplete pass, making it 2nd and 5. Jacksonville gets, I think, their 1st or 2nd penalty of the game. With the false start, making that neutral zone pretty much not relevant. Kind of cancels it out. Got a complete pass, though, making it 3rd and short. 3rd and 3 here. Oh, a dropped pass by Hunter. This is a good defensive game. Well, maybe it's not so much defense. Maybe both teams are kind of shooting themselves in the foot here with penalties and drop passes.
I'll throw it.
Ooh.
Oh, a lot of pressure.
Ooh, a lot of pressure there.
You tell me?
Incomplete.
That was terrible.
Yeah. But you avoided the safety, though. It looked like there was a lot of pressure coming.
Yeah,
Huge run on 3rd and 8. And it looks like 3-3-5 is being called against that shotgun 4 wide receivers. But I think that's expected. Carlin gets a big run, 10 yards.
Oh, got it off quick.
That's right. 15-yard gain by Westmoreland. Let's see if the Vikings can get a touchdown and tie this. Ooh, could be a big play here. 21-yard pass to O'Neal. A counter left.
Oh, that run is just destroying me.
Yeah, that's Minnesota's running game is possibly best in the league. It's definitely top tier. Oh, an incompletion.
Good break off.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah. Looked like he was running open, and then they get stuffed in the backfield for a -1-yard play, 3rd and 11 on Jacksonville's 13. 2 minutes left, and it's incomplete. 30-yard field goal.
Hurts.
That's good. I was mentioning this my last a couple days ago, Friday night when we played. those red zone trips are just so huge in playoff games. A lot of the times it comes down to who converts more in the red zone. And starting off this end of half drive with a -1 yard run. That's the same play, I think. Oh, maybe it was pitch left last time. So 3rd and 10.
Oh,
3 straight runs at the end of the half.
it's probably because I have my setting to only run if I'm ahead.
Only run,
There we
really? I'm
go.
nervous to do that.
Hmm.
I'm scared that they won't kick a field goal. I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm
I don't
talking
need a
about like
field goal.
we've had a conversation though in the past. I think it was with Tom Servo where he had it set to only run and they didn't kick a field goal.
Oh man.
If you
Yeah.
believe him.
10-yard pass here. Wonder if Vikings can. They still got 2 timeouts. They'd be able to get in field goal range here. That's an incompletion.
Oh.
Wonder how much time. Only 5 seconds taken off the clock with that play. So 13 seconds left. Quick pass.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, and a penalty on
Oh, no.
Jacksonville.
They get it?
42-yard field goal attempt,
They got
and
it.
it's
Yeah,
good.
they got it.
9 to 10 at halftime. Wow.
That was crazy.
Yeah. What
See,
a
I'm just glad this wasn't a blowout because I was afraid with all these new because like I said, this is a completely new playbook.
You could still blow me out here. Don't worry.
No. I meant you blowing me out.
yeah.
I wasn't ever concerned about me
That was
blowing you out.
I can only imagine you sweating. Oh man.
Oh, we don't beat him too bad.
So many penalties, though.
Yeah, that
My
is
goodness.
crazy. Is it 5 for 29 yards?
I mean, if you look at the total yards we have, the difference is massive.
It is. Minnesota has been moving the ball super well. A few penalties and a few timely sacks has really killed only like 2 drives, I think. But both you guys are taking a lot of time off the clock too. Long possessions.
I think that because I had a feeling this would happen. Because when I threw it on short, and Trevor Lawrence had that almost 100% pass rate last game, that is a stark contrast to like the close to like low 60% that I'm used to seeing with Long, and so I knew that kind of the pass completions was going to be kind of a huge deciding factor on this game. And right now, there's been some like big ones that would, if they had been catches, would have been super nice, but it's unfortunate they were drops.
Yeah. Zimmer, do you have anything to add before we start up the second half?
I wish I would have said it to run more.
Oh, aren't you running 12 runs to 8 passes? Are you saying you wanted more?
I am, but I wish I would have been running more.
What pass preference are you on? Are you unbalanced?
I'm unbalanced.
Okay, that's what I assumed you'd be running with because it seems you're the balanced guy.
I can't run short with Davis. I want to run long, but I can't run long against you. I mean, that's just not who he is. His player profile doesn't lend itself to that well, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like you get good results though. So that's good. There's nothing.
Yeah,
I shouldn't say though. It's not like
balance. Different, but
yeah, I shouldn't have said it like that because it's not like balance is bad at all. It's pretty good. I was just saying that Davis is doing really well. That's all I meant. There's nothing wrong with balance.
I just mean I'd rather be running a different style of offense if I had the choice. That's all I meant.
Yeah.
It's not my first choice.
Yep, makes sense. All right, let's get to it. Short run.
Man.
Oh no!
Injured.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Trevor Lawrence.
Yup. How is Wickham? I don't actually know anything about him.
Oh, it's Atkins is the backup.
Oh, it's
he's a backup.
Yep, that makes sense.
Is he actually in? Do you have to confirm the number? Sometimes the players don't go out after injury.
I just saw it said that he had a completed pass.
Okay, well there you go then. Oh, that sucks. You still could win though. I mean, you got really good defense.
If he gets mad enough, maybe.
Yeah, you're moving the ball still. 1st and 10 now after that short run. And Atkins complete to McReynolds for 4 yards. Actually 5. 2nd and 5. And Stoker gets a 2-yard run, making it 3rd and 3. Let's see what happens here. Slot read. Will Atkins make a good 3-yard completion?
No, he's not there.
But you went for the 52-yard field goal. And it's no good.
I had a feeling that was the case. I don't have a great kicker.
No. How well does he usually do from 50?
Not good.
Oh, lots of pressure here, though. Looks like they picked it up and going deep, but it's incomplete. That was an opportunity, it seemed like. Incompletion as well. Defense seems to be doing
It's
really
that
good
defense.
against. Yeah, a lot of incompletions for Davis. Usually he's very high percentage.
Like 60s.
Yeah. I guess I should
But
just.
I don't really play against teams this good.
I was gonna say it feels like it's a high percentage versus a lot of like the playoff teams. I think he had a high percentage versus me and Packers.
Not like what you had. You had like a 93% against me.
Yeah, but
I think
it didn't do me any good.
At least for some of the game.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of tried to tire you out.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, you had a ton of attempts. You had like 46 attempts
Mm-hmm.
passing. I mean, just crazy.
Yeah.
I kind of hoped eventually I get a big play if I just made it take forever for you to get downfield, but it didn't work that well.
It did. I only scored 27. Just less than you.
Yeah, but I mean, you dominated that game offensively for most of it.
Maybe. But it didn't convert when it matters. And I think that's the biggest thing in playoffs. And here it is, 3rd and 8. Speaking of when it matters, big 3rd down conversion here.
Oh, my tight end's injured.
Now. He's actually the player I focused against.
Really? Did you think Komet was going to be a bigger threat than Hunter?
I didn't get the kind of plays I run. I'm going to get better results by double covering him than some of the other guys, just based on the way the game works. Yeah, I think he's impactful.
I agree with that a lot. That was actually what I was hoping you were kind of say. I was trying to like set you up for that.
Yeah.
3-yard pass to Hunter. He's actually 4 though. 4-yard pass, 2nd and 6. 6-yard pass to
down
Wickham.
The field.
Yup, and that is a first down.
Pick.
Let's see. See what we
That's
got
one
here.
of the hardest plays to defend against in the game.
The quick slants?
Quick slant plays, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was worried about those plays.
The pistol. I think the pistol quick slant's another really good one.
Oh yeah, pretty much all the quick slants are pretty usable, I think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think they are.
Freaking A, dude. There's QB runs in now, and my backup's in there who's not a running quarterback.
Oh, yeah. Wide receiver out, quick play. It's another.
It's going to be a field goal.
Yeah, but will he make it? That's good.
I'm about to say, he's 30. He's got to make it.
Well, don't say that because I missed a 23-yarder in the Super Bowl in a different league.
Well, I'm behind in the 4th quarter, so here you go.
Oh, shit.
Yep, here's our thing. This is where beast mode gets activated with Davis. Let's see how it plays out. It's a
got it all fast.
It's a good gain here. 10-yard completion to Westmoreland. Starting to move the ball. We're in the very beginning of the 4th quarter.
He didn't get rid of it that fast that time.
Yeah. Second and 17 in a running play.
This has been a fun game either way.
Yeah. A big run, too. And a 3-yard completion, making it 4th and 6.
3rd down's been terrible.
Yeah. But you've converted in the red zone. Wait, am I misremembering? You haven't scored a touchdown, have you, Zimmer?
Nope. 2 field goals.
2 field goals.
Oof, huge
oh
play.
My God, Is that Hunter? I feel like it has to be Hunter if he's taking off like that.
Yeah, 48 yards. He's got speed to him, 99 speed, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's big. I'm surprised he got caught. Ooh, for 5-yard, 6-yard completion here. Ooh, big sack. Big sack by the Vikings. And that'll pretty much make it 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12. Still within field goal distance, though. What's the play going to be?
Oh, there's a drop.
Leading
Yeah,
to a 46.
Come on, I need
ball.
this. I need this.
It's good.
Thank God.
16-9. Touchdown ties the game. 7 minutes left. Vikings ball. This is a good return. 29 yards. 29 yards on the return. And Davis is going to go to work after giving it to Childers. Childers? Probably Childers.
Nothing. This defense is killing me.
It's very high in completion rate, it seems like. Big
This one's just not my game.
Maybe. A lot of time left, though. Can the defense come up big for Minnesota and give that offense one more chance? 4-yard completion, 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5. Ooh, stuffed the run. And a false start penalty. That's huge. Making it 3rd and manageable to 3rd and 10. Let's
With
see
the blitz coming in.
Oh, and a fumble. I think it was. I actually don't know
who got it back.
Don't know. Wait and see. Oh,
okay, we got it
back. But this is where 2 minutes 42 seconds. Davis's ball is letting him do what does best. Really, let him do what he does best. And this is
oh my God!
Oh, what a play! First play of the drive was an interception. Will Jacksonville capitalize off of this? 7-yard completion. I think that Atkins might be doing better than Lawrence was. I'm not sure, but Atkins is putting on an insane performance and a really big run by Maloney. Let's see what happens.
That's the running back, too.
Oh, Atkins almost scored. He must be on like the inches. 1-yard line. And it's going to be a toss out, a pitch left to Roy
to the
Yates,
fullback.
The fullback, Roy Yates, for a touchdown. I think that pretty much seals the game here. Unless an onside kick and a quick score, that might be the dagger. Let's see what happens. Second and 10. Play nullified by holding.
Oh my God.
Man.
The penalties, dude.
This is the game my luck ran out, that's for sure.
Yeah, you've got terrible luck with these penalties this game. 3rd and 20. Oh, is this a big play? Got him in the back, got him from behind. Only a 13-yard
come back here, man. There's not even time left for one now.
Oh, I don't know. Two really big
timeout,
plays and a 4th down conversion.
Van Davis is pissed, dude. He's ready to.
I just realized you have no timeouts. Yeah, I just realized no timeouts.
Oh, there's the tutty.
That's a touchdown right there. Wow.
Oh, no tutty.
Wow, I did not expect that at all.
There's the touchdown.
Well, there's the touchdown. I can't believe that Childers got stuck at the 1-yard line. That's
okay, from back the onside kick.
Yeah. You don't see that a lot. But the onside kick failed.
Yep.
And Jacksonville wins the Super Bowl. Congratulations.
Wow, that doesn't. Man, I don't know if it was Zimmer's like pessimism rubbing off on me, but like I honestly thought I had no shot here. And then I mean doubly so after Trevor Lawrence went out. Then I was like, well, there's no shot at this point.
Yeah, that Atkins killed it though. Look at that, 13 of 16 for 151 yards.
Yeah, he clutched.
That
he definitely clutched.
May have been the best thing that happened to you is having Lawrence get taken out.
His long hair was getting in his eyes. He couldn't see.
Yeah.
Which brings up an interesting question. Who's the Super Bowl MVP? Did Atkins get it?
Oh my God! If the backup got the,
I think so. Yeah, 81%.
Wait, William Hunter got the MVP. William Hunter got MVP at the very top.
Yeah, I mean, there's actually technically an award in the game called that's actually called.
Oh,
playoff
gotcha,
MVP,
gotcha.
Which we've always kind of treated more as like a Super Bowl MVP than a playoff MVP, but
Yeah. I don't know.
I think William Hunter's a good candidate though. 7 catches for 101
That's what I
yards.
was saying. I think it actually should go to him if I had to vote for it.
Oh,
But
you
then
gotta give
again,
it to the backup. He went 13 for 16.
yeah, but
Yeah,
most
come
of that.
on.
Well, I mean, 48 of that came off of one pass, and it was 2 Hunter.
Imagine how
13
mad
for
Trevor Lawrence would be if
16.
it's the first time the Jags have not only been to the Super Bowl but won the Super Bowl, and he doesn't even get it.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah,
Thank you. I mean, it's like I said, this is like I don't know. It felt. I guess the way you were saying you always felt lucky, like that's how I feel right now. Like that this was just complete luck.
I don't know. I mean, you won the game fair and square.
Yeah, and I mean,
Doesn't mean it wasn't luck though.
yeah, I mean, there's always gonna be a little element of luck here, but that's because it's sports, you know. But I think
Yeah.
both of you guys did a really good job in preparing, for every game in the entire season.
Yeah, Zimmer definitely had me biting my nails tonight. So
Yeah.
I appreciate the competition and keeping me on my toes.
It was a pretty good game, really.
It was.
Especially, I mean, it was
Last
into the
touchdown.
first, and then when it was 9-10, was that into the first?
Yes,
It was-
10.
Yeah, it was
It
tight.
still goes for touchdowns. I mean,
Yeah.
Total yards, only 10 yards apart.
Wow.
yep.
Yeah, I mean, penalties killed Minnesota, and then the interception at the very end. I mean, it was a 1-score game when that interception was thrown. So, I mean, that was really the
Third
dagger.
downs. 2 for 10 on third down. That's terrible.
Yep. Yeah, it's a
Look at your
terrible-
running
2
game
for 10
though.
on third down to win.
Average 7.7.
Yeah. That had turnovers. I mean, it just,
Yeah.
sloppy game, really.
Yep.
And that defense was just really good.
Yeah, that was great.
So the streak continues. It's 7 seasons and 7 different teams have won it.
Hell yeah!
Just
Yeah.
fantastic.
But now,
We want
now I have to
repeat
go to
winners.
Jags though. Remember?
I'm sure. I mean, I don't know. It's up to you, I guess.
Well, now I have to
I mean-
beat you next year.
It's pinned. It's pinned. I got to give up the Jags now.
It is
Oh,
pinned.
stick
Are
with the
you?
Jags so I can beat you next year? Don't be a chicken.
You could still. I mean, you could still try to
Good
beat me
point.
next year with my new team. I'm trying to think who I would take over. I don't want to go to the NFC because the NFC
okay.
is stacked.
You just don't
The
wanna deal with
NFC
the
is
pressure.
stacked. What do you mean?
The NFC
mean-
is, but I think the AFC is way more stacked than the NFC, personally.
Yeah. Like, I mean, notable people that I can think of that are like always top tier contenders in the AFC is like Zach Santoro, and now I mean, Vigorilla's now in there, who's going to be a competitor. But that's like,
Ravens, the Dolphins.
Yeah, don't forget about the Ravens.
Lots of good teams in the AFC.
Chargers.
but like, we have to think though.
Yep.
I've only been
Yeah.
in the league for 2 seasons, and to see
Well,
the
NFC
Ravens do
AFC,
amazing.
I remember we lost our 49ers GM and Packers, so
Oh, true. You're right.
yeah, NFC I think had a better argument. But we got some new GMs coming in, so we'll see. Just like a couple years ago, Jags were nothing. So
I guess that's what feels so wild to me too, is that 2 seasons ago they were going like, I think it was the record was like 3 and
yeah, they won 4
What?
games 2 seasons ago.
yeah. So going from that, and then last season I think I was 9-8 to this season, just like I didn't even go to the playoffs last season. And then so the first time that they go to the playoffs, they win the Super Bowl. That's crazy.
That is awesome. That's a great storyline.
Yeah, top tier storyline.
But you put in a lot of effort this season, so well deserved.
Yeah, I put in way too much freaking effort. I hope to never have to put that much time into a video game ever again.
You learned a lot, and it paid off.
Yep.
But I did all the work so no one else has to, until they change a bunch of stuff, and then someone else is going to do the work and tell me how the game works.
You're retired now.
Yeah, I'm a vet now, so I'm just gonna like start just saying stuff that may or may not be true.
Everyone means well, though.
Yeah. That's what. But it's like, we'd be like, yeah, for the fullback, intelligence is the most important stat because they
Wow.
got to think more.
I don't know, but yeah, there's still a lot of good information.
Intelligence is always the least important stat. It's football.
That's actually a good point.
I mean, football players had to be smart. Nobody would watch. It'd just be terrible.
Well, actually, pertaining to intelligence, here's a tidbit for new players and old players. Brooks said that, and it's not written on the document anywhere, but intelligence factors into how well people develop. So
Yeah, I know he said that before. Yeah.
don't necessarily sleep on like minimizing intelligence. Like if you see a guy with high intelligence, maybe he's worth the OVR hit.
Oh, I don't really necessarily think you should minimize intelligence, but I also don't think it's as big a weight as you think it might be.
Hey, I think it
Brooks
really
always
only
says
is
a
like
million things
quarterback.
factor in, you know.
Yeah, it's probably one of those.
Yeah.
Because Brooks is always talking about like the 0.1%. So like I don't know when he says it factors in how much it actually factors in.
Yeah.
Well-
I think most of the development is from getting lucky in camp booms. And that's
But I
really
think
what
that
most
I think
development is.
booms may like because I think the booms are going to be related to your intangibles and potentially your intelligence to like increase the odds of you having a boom. Because I did a bunch of training camp tests a while ago. When I for like the first training camp I ever went through, tried to, just to see how it worked, and certain players did boom more often than other players, which I'm assuming is driven by intangibles and potentially intelligence.
Potentially.
Or hidden traits.
Or yeah, the million hidden traits.
I mean,
wonder-
Brooks has often said there's a hidden potential trait.
Yep. Well, it's funny because for the longest time, I thought I had read somewhere that he said there's only one thing that was hidden, and it was the potential. But then this morning, with the discussion that was going on in the Discord, AKH said something along the lines of there's like 8 hidden psychology readings as well. So that was news to me this morning.
That's I mean, I think stuff like that is kind of cool because I see both sides where I'm like, no, I wouldn't want that trait to be hidden because I kind of want to just just tell us. You know what I mean?
I know.
Like, this
I
guy
mean,
is
I
the
love.
person, but I also think it is kind of cool to have stuff like that where it's not from our eyes, it's not explained. It's just he's a winner. You know what I mean?
I love hidden stuff because it makes you have to kind of like extrapolate from statistics.
Yeah.
But what I
that.
don't like is stuff that's not hidden for like the vets know more, and they like based upon ratings and stuff like that. So that's not hidden information. But like people who know more about how those ratings work are going to be able to take advantage of it and win. It's not like it's an even playing field for that. So I'd love if we all were an even playing field in terms of like game knowledge, and then let the hidden stuff be hidden stuff, and you kind of make assumptions from there.
Yeah, I think if we know that the stuff like that exists, that would be that'd be good. Yeah. Let us know that hey, some players are going to be unique than others with the same ratings because there are a few hidden, calculations that go into play, and then we'll never know if the players got it or not. But we have to look at the stats to see it, and that's kind of something that I think is cool. I think that's
it's like real football where you're not going to know a star is there until the starter gets injured and the backup has to play, and the backup is fantastic, and then the backup now gets the starter role.
That's right. I don't think that happens too much
Are you
in
going to start your backup next year?
I mean,
that's what I was.
Well, it's funny.
Say.
It's funny because my quarterback backup. I mean, I was thinking about
Tom
pulling
Brady. There you go.
a Charlie and offering up Trevor for a trade, cutting him after a Super Bowl win.
That would have been.
But I don't know. He's got there. He's like,
well, your backup did. He was
true.
sitting there on the
So
bench.
I'll trade the backup. The backup's value just went up because he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he's Trask level now.
I'll only accept 40 firsts for him.
Super Bowl MVP backup Atkins. What's his first name?
Jose.
Oh,
I want to say it's Jose. 'Cause I have Jose
Remember this
Adkins and
lottery?
Jose Wickham.
oh.
Yeah, Zach. Let's see the lottery.
Okay, just 1 second.
It's Jose Atkins.
Yep.
It's on a 2-year deal, so when he hits for FA, I'm going to sign him just so I can cut his ass.
Not if I re-sign him now. He's got storyline on him. I gotta keep him just for the story.
Okay, please do.
Get rid of Trevor Lawrence.
God, I hope we play next year. I will be in the Super Bowl though.
If you guys play next year, you have to start Atkins.
That was,
You have to. Who do you guys think's gonna win the lottery?
I hope it's honestly the Cardinals.
I think the Saints will.
Because wait, are these the
I hope
actual?
the
I thought
Lions win the lottery.
this is this
Yeah.
right?
This is the lottery to qualify for the additional spot in the lottery.
I thought I saw in the one he posted earlier. I thought I saw the cards in there. Oh, from
He should have the Cardinals in there, shouldn't he?
yeah, they should be the second spot. But this isn't up to date because
Yeah, I
the
think this is
Browns
old.
are first spot.
Yeah, I think this is the old one. I don't think he set it up yet.
But yeah, I think the Cards should get it just because like Sparrow took like a lot of initiative this season because I know I talked to him a bit because he reached out to me asking about like we were talking about like the blitz, and so he just seems like he's kind of hungry, and so I'd like to see him kind of get a jump start to the season. And plus, how stoked he was to make it to the playoffs. That was cool too. I like seeing people that are hungry to win.
He had a big upset against Chicago, so
Mm-hmm.
seems like he definitely.
That was a good game.
Yeah, it was a really good game, and seems like all of his effort paid off. Got himself a playoff win against a very, very good team.
Okay.
Yeah, the Bears are great. Nobody seemed to believe in them all year either, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, it was weird because like it seemed like I don't know. Yeah, like they weren't even on my radar.
When they beat the Steelers, I was like rooting for them like for the rest of the way. I was like, "Ooh, that's big." And then, I don't remember who they lost to actually, but they had a few losses. But I think they finished the season like 6-2 in the second half or something like that.
Y'all ready to send or do this lottery?
I mean, they won the NFC North. You know, that's pretty darn good.
Hey, can you hear
They
me?
beat me in the last game of the season.
Yeah,
Had they won it before?
Nope. No, this is the first time somebody that was in the Vikings or the Packers won the division.
Yeah, that's
Nobody really
crazy.
talked about
wait
it much.
for the Cardinals. They
No, we're
didn't
talking
win
about
the
the Bears.
division.
We're talking about the
Oh,
Bears. The Bears
sorry.
won in the NFC
Mhm.
North.
Yep. Yeah,
Hey, can you hear
great
me?
season. Yeah, we hear
Yep.
you, Zach.
Oh, okay. Y'all want to get the lottery done?
Is this the
Yeah,
This doesn't look like the right people.
yeah, it's a pre-lottery, so this is
Oh,
team
pre-lottery.
8
Yep.
18 to see who gets
Yeah.
8th spot in the final lottery.
Gotcha.
So here's the final lottery. This to be determined spot will be based on this lottery. That makes sense.
Yep.
So really the only thing that matters on this one is the top team. Generate.
Wow.
So Buccaneers.
Sorry, Zach.
Sucks. That's Kev, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they were the actual 8th spot.
Yep. So then we're going to
No,
the
they moved up one spot. They were the 9th spot.
Gotcha. I thought the
So
Saints.
Saints lost
Yeah.
their 8th spot. So yeah, Browns, Cardinals. Let's see who gets it.
Wonder
So
what.
the Buccaneers did not move up, but still
Yeah.
moved up one spot.
Hey, it's better than nothing.
Chiefs.
Chiefs are pretty
Chiefs
high
actually
up there.
fell from the 4th spot. Seattle moved up one, or no, actually they say
No, they're the
exactly
same. Yeah.
Rams moved up 2 spots. So we got the Bills, Browns, Cardinals, and Titans left. And so far, no surprises. The top 3 teams are still left: Bills, Cardinals, and Browns. Seems like every year we've always had a team that's been like picked through 4 through 8 that got the number 1 pick. Browns fell 2 spots. They were projected 1, so it's come down to the Bills and Cardinals. First pick will be Cardinals.
Oh,
So-
yeah. You're welcome,
you go.
Sparrow. I give you good vibes.
Wow. Wow, we manifested it.
You called it.
Don't
I don't
blow
know
it.
if we all were rooting, but that's funny how that played out. What a crazy lottery. Cardinals getting it. I would not have expected that.
Pick wasn't protected, was it?
It was originally
Las
protected
Vegas?
last year. It was one that became unprotected. So the Raiders
Oh, nice.
they were in the top 8 last year, so it got moved this year and didn't help them. So
Wow.
That's crazy. That's a protected pick that ended up the number 1 pick the following year. That's surprised that's already happened.
yeah, so congrats to the Cardinals GM for his.
Yeah. Big congrats to Sparrow.
Let's see if we had a huge quarterback go last draft, so we'll have to.
Who?
see how
What was
this goes.
the final score of the game? I'm curious to see who got closest in the prediction.
Look, nobody got super close. I think everyone was kind of too high on the score. I mean,
There's a 14-34. That's probably the closest.
yeah,
Or 27-16. Or 27-24. That might be one that's close.
Yeah. The Cardinals started out 2-5, ended up 10-7, and got the number 1 pick and a playoff win against the Bears.
Dude, the dream.
What a
dream.
That's a great season.
I know.
I wish I had a season like that instead of the one that I had, because
It's a disappointment.
Championship games. What are you talking about?
But it doesn't mean anything though. I just have a lower draft pick now. So I'm still disappointed at the end of the season.
There's so much luck in these games. Just getting there is all you can do as a GM.
Yeah,
You're
that's
supposed to get there and give yourself a chance.
That's
If
true.
you got there and gave yourself a chance, then you had a great season. Because even if you're the best team by a wide margin, you're not guaranteed to win in the Super Bowl.
That's
But
true.
if you get yourself
Hey, that's
there,
beautiful
that's the
Zimmer
best
advice to new GMs. Poetic.
I mean, fuck. The NFC Championship is pretty good.
That's true. That's true.
And you lost by a fluke too, so you can put that feather in your cap and feel comfortable.
I don't know.
The worst team and then didn't get there. You were right up there with everybody who was at the top.
Yeah. I don't think it was a fluke though, but yeah, it was definitely a very, very close game though. But yeah, what a good Super Bowl and a good lottery. Surprising.
Yeah, I'm excited for the draft. This is going to be the first one I sit out. I think it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, you're going to spend all that money on staff now for your one season. I guess it's too late for that.
No.
so,
He can do staff. Yeah, staff's coming up.
Yeah, but he'll have picks for the following. Well, I guess the scouting is done after staffs, right?
Yeah. Yep.
staff's free agency and then scouting. So
There's a penalty for firing them too.
Oh, there is?
Yes.
Whoops.
There's not if you like spam it, but if you hire someone, export, and then fire them, and then replace them, there's a penalty. Or when you cut your original coach, there's an initial penalty. It just doesn't stack.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but you do take a penalty. I think it's like $500,000 per coach.
Oh, it's a money penalty.
Oh,
I thought you were talking about
yeah.
like a performance penalty, like demoralized team.
No, it's just your soul.
They signed and cut my favorite coach. It's a performance penalty.
I don't know, how coaches impact like performance is such a mystery to me. I have literally I'm inclined to say that it doesn't feel like it has any impact at all, but that feels kind of like extreme.
I wonder.
The new version, the coaches are supposed to be more important in. So we might get clarity on that.
Hopefully, they added 1 million more staff people, which is nice too.
Welcome to the Funhouse Mirror.
Do you think that'll matter much? Do you think that will matter for I don't know if that'll make its way to pro football.
I don't know why they'd put it in college but not in pro.
I thought it was more
they'll put it
recruiting
in pro.
There was the recruiters were going to be replaced with scouts. They said like the recruiting staff person was going to be replaced with scouts.
Did you play the college football game?
And there's position
No.
coaches now, right? I think that's
Yes,
actually
there are
pretty
position
cool.
coaches. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't realize there were position coaches. Okay.
I think they had like a
Get
training
with the times.
staff too, which is cool.
Okay, that is pretty cool.
Next, they need
when you're
to
not
add a
ready to
team
use the real staff.
psychologist.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said, Zimmer.
Psychologist. Oh, I said the training staff is for when you're not ready to use the real staff yet.
Oh. Yeah, exactly.
It's not that funny.
This is our test run staff.
See, this is
Well,
the
it's
problem.
like-
I wish I hadn't have made it to the Super Bowl at all because I wouldn't be mad if I lost in the championship game. But now I'm a little hurt. I'll have my revenge.
Just
on
pretend you
Garrett.
didn't.
Well,
You know that's impossible.
That's what I do whenever something bad happens. I just go ah. Or realistically, I watch the
No,
replay and go ah, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
it was a very good
It was a
game.
good game.
Up
It
until
was,
the
yeah.
last like 3 minutes or so, I actually wholeheartedly believed that the Vikings were going to come back. And then
Yeah,
they ended
it's,
up
like I said,
getting
as soon as Trevor Lawrence went out, I was like, oh god, this is this is going to be bad.
I
very
just checked and his injuries a career ender. It looks like.
that. Yeah.
What? You have that turned on? That'd be sick.
No, I'm joking. No, yeah, we don't have it turned on now. I actually thought about it. I feel like
I'd be completely okay with it.
eventually
I
it
mean,
would happen, and then that person would be pissed. So
I'm all about the storyline.
I do think it would make for a great storyline. But I also understand not having that on too. Because
We know what all happened to Stewart, anyways. So
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I think half
Poor
of his team
Stewart.
would have ended their career.
Every year.
yeah, Jordan Love would be dying every season. Somehow he'd come
certain-
back from a career-ending injury and then be ending his career again.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
Down be
every
low.
year for the Lions, but the last 2 years have been brutal. I don't know anything outside of
It's a
that.
way better GM than his performance has been. It's been crazy.
Jordan
Yeah,
Love was supposed to be a longtime Bronco until I drafted Tate. He was my original plan
what draft pick was Tate?
first.
1-1.
Oh, so you
Well, I
You,
traded for Love at the beginning of the offseason before the draft, and then I was willing to trade whatever it took to basically get in the top of the draft.
He
gotcha.
sent a haul
Yeah.
out.
I mean,
That's
he
how
was
that's how it
rejected.
feels like to get a good QB. What you have to do.
Well, he's projected top 10. I don't think I've ever seen a bad quarterback projected top 10 in this game. If you see a quarterback projected top 10, it's almost like guaranteed.
Yeah. That
Some
makes sense.
positions it's not true, but quarterback.
Was Stanley a 1-1?
Yeah, Stanley is 1-1.
Who's
Davis,
the first
I feel like, is
1-1.
only. Davis is 1-6.
He
He's
was
like
6.
one of the
He
few
fell
that-
to 6.
Yeah, he's one of the
I
few,
tried to trade
stud
everybody
quarterbacks
up for him, and nobody would take it.
that wasn't a top 10 pick, or that wasn't a top 1 pick.
Who'd you say Davis is the only one?
I mean, the Bills got one last draft that quietly went like mid first round.
I
But,
think it was 20th or 21st.
Yeah.
yeah,
I remember because
Was it Paralis went first?
I thought about getting him if he fell down to me. I remember looking at him.
he's really good.
Yeah.
But before that, I think, we didn't
Morales
really have that many good quarterbacks fall past the first pick. Yeah, it was Oliver, went 22nd. He was 82
22nd.
overall.
It's a good player right there.
Yeah, that's solid QB.
Yep, it's a good
He's
quarterback.
quick too.
Yeah, weird that it got all the way down there. Dual threat.
Yeah, dual threat. Sheesh.
It's a really good pick.
I'd really like to have him. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way. We won't tell Davis that you said that. This guy's Paralysis.
Yeah, Paralis is like monster.
He's the
Yeah.
best QB in the league.
Yeah.
probably.
He's
Yeah, some of the early drafted quarterbacks are surprisingly starting to get there in age. I think Tate's getting pretty close to 30.
Yeah, Stanley's like 28, 29.
I think he's 20. I think him and Tate are
Crazy.
maybe the same age,
Yeah.
even though they're different drafts. Yeah, Stanley will be 29 once we turn the season over.
I have a weird attachment to Stanley. Like I can't form bonds with any of my other league's quarterbacks. I just love Stanley too much.
Yeah, Stanley, Tate, and Lawrence will all be 29 next season.
Hell yeah, age regression, baby. Let's see it.
Nope, let's not. Don't do that. Some of us don't have a
Oh,
Super
it's
Bowl
so
yet.
bad.
Some of us don't have a
Minus
Super
25.
Yeah, only one of us doesn't have a Super Bowl though,
Yeah.
so it really doesn't matter.
How old is Davis? I think he's a year younger, I want to say. Maybe 2.
I think he's 28, 27. Will be 28.
Is he? Yeah, he's 20. He's a year younger. He'll be 28.
Bowl. Wow. Yeah, my window is coming to a very quick close if any regression happens on Stanley.
That's okay. You can always win a Super Bowl in 4 or 5 years.
Nah, I mean, I'd rather win a Super Bowl. Look, if it happens where there's 4 or 5 seasons go by and I do win one, I'd be happy. But
Tell you what, just trade me all your good players now, and I'll give you some picks, and you can be good in a few years, and we'll just agree to that.
yeah, those picks late at the draft aren't what I would need. I would need the early picks.
Wait, Zimmer, didn't you say you're going into a rebuild next year?
Of course, yeah. My team's. I've had the same core roster for like 4 seasons, 5 seasons. Yeah.
But how are you going to do a rebuild
I
with
only
no?
have like 8
no
players
draft.
turning up.
It's going to
What
be.
do you mean?
You have to
start
trade for
somewhere.
everything.
He's gonna get trades and free agents. He's gonna do some trades and some.
No, I'm gonna free up cap and find good FA players and
Yeah.
position myself for what I need to do in the future.
I got some. I looked at your roster.
I'll
You got
try
some
to
guys
remain
I want to
competitive,
talk
but-
about, so we can start making some deals.
I don't think I'm gonna be trading this year because I can't really be drafting this year. So.
I could trade you guys, young guys.
Yeah, that's why you got to trade for young players.
Don't offer me strange men.
Yeah, you gonna trade for Davis?
I mean, all of them will have rings, so at least the guy will have a ring.
You're giving him Trevor
All my
Lawrence?
guys have rings and little stamps
Yeah.
that say they went undefeated.
Ah, you're right. They have more.
Yeah. At least for now.
We should do like a graphic for teams, like the little Super Bowl rings and anything with that. I mean, I don't know. Oh, I wonder if I could do some AI generated pictures.
I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could.
Yeah, please make me some AI generated Trevor Lawrence pictures.
I'm not doing that, but
Is that a pants optional kind of situation there, Garrett?
yeah, like what the heck? You should be looking for Jose Atkins pictures.
Nothing but a football, like leaning over a fire truck or something. We should probably wrap this up now. We did the lottery and everything. We're good, aren't we, Zach?
Yeah. We'll put a file out, but we're not taking any exports, so probably tomorrow or Tuesday we'll get us to the off season.
Sounds
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Brandon, for commentating, and thanks to Zimmer and Zach. You guys are awesome admins. This is the of all the leagues I'm in, this is the best one. This is the only league I'm in, though.
Very much appreciate it. You don't have to add the last part.
good. Yeah,
Well, I wasn't. I am in all the other leagues' discords, though. So that's kind of something. You guys are my favorite admins out of all the other league admins.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on your Super Bowl win. You really deserved it. What a great season.
Thank you.
Congrats,
you.
Jared,
Just wow.
Garrett, and thanks for joining us, Brandon and Garrett. So I really appreciate it.
no problem.
I've never seen a new player perform so well, or a newish player perform so well. Like, staggering.
I'm hoping we can get some more fresh blood in, and I can maybe kind of mentor some newer people. That way, we can get people up to speed and kind of have up the competitiveness of the league.
Well, you just won the Super Bowl, so I think you could mentor anybody. Like,